After someone picks her up, she's later picked up by Harley, leaving her car to be searched and seized. They had her phone, and using the car's database for GPS, they were able to see where she was that January 28th gap. Remember, we talked about the car was by the neighboring county, Douglas Highway 105, and in like a very wooded rural area. I can't say that word. Don't judge me. That stayed for like 12 minutes. They focused on her phone with strange Google searches like about the carpet, I don't like my stepson, how to get blood stains out of a sheet or a mattress or something like that. And then also on her notes app, she had like questions like investigators would ask you, like, did you harm Gannon? Like, where his whereabouts, things like that. I'll post them all here. And also in her like notes app, like, and weird Google searches like how to pass a lie detector test and things like that. So in her notes app too, there was just a bunch of things, and her Google searches were wild, y'all. Like, but I'll post it all up here. And then she texts Harley asking for carpet cleaner, garbage bags, and baking soda. And then at this point, on January 29th, the day after investigations, Gannon's status went from runaway to missing child. That brought in the FBI and the missing children's people too. One of like the biggest search that investigators down there have ever been a part of. And then she takes an interview with the TV, okay? With her back facing the camera, y'all. Like, all you can see is the back of her head. And I guess at this point she's saying like people are making death threats to her and her family, and she's not part of the investigation because she was asked not to by her husband. And then the guy asked her like, is there something you'd like, what's your message to Gannon? And she's like, Gannon, can you please come home so you could tell everybody where you really went and what really happened to you? And then I want a sincere apology. Bitch, get out of here. WTF. Anyways, after that, she rents another car, and they place a tracker unbeknownst to her. Okay, and that night about 3:30, Letitia and Harley get their things, and then they're seen staying at a hotel downtown. And then about 3:30 p.m. the next day, Letitia went to the same spot. The GPS said she stopped for like 12 minutes on the January 28th gap. Then returned to the hotel about 6 p.m. where her and Harley drove to Florida, stayed near Pensacola by Pace, and then to Orlando, then driving back to their old state, South Carolina, where they were from, where they stayed for like the next month. During all that, police kept on with their search. People helped with tips. Some helped, some didn't, you know. But a neighbor had camera footage of Letitia and Gannon on the January 28th, the day he went away, showing a red pickup in her driveway, seeing Letitia get in, and then she backs up the truck, and then you see Gannon and her get in at 10:13 a.m., and then she comes back at 2:19 p.m. that afternoon. We're at the same truck, and Gannon is nowhere to be found, and then he's reported missing later on that day. February 4th, 2020 was when the video was given to the investigators. And they searched the home again, looking for new evidence. And they had carpet brushes in the dishwasher, empty bottle of vinegar, a 9mm with her DNA on it. But a major discovery in Gannon's room was blood was found on his mattress, all over the wall, like blood seeped into the floor. Blood was also found on the garage floor and Letitia's front bumper that she missed after washing her car. Blood spatter in his room proved like multiple violence acts had been done in that room. This kid's so sad. Like, he loves sports, very outgoing, smart, funny. His favorite color is blue. Loved to tell corny jokes, like. And she also made so many weird stories telling Al, like, that when police came to search or take the report of the missing child, that the guy was still in the house holding Gannon captive, and she didn't say anything because she was scared. Like, okay. Who does that? I would be like, fuck, guy in here with my kid, right? Anybody. Second change is that she said that she was driving and some man was following her, and when she was stopped, he jumped in the car, and she'll give Al the name of the guy, but she wants immunity. And she named Quincy Brown, which was like an SO in the area. He was a fugitive on the run, so his face is plastered all over. And so they think that's where she picked up the name because he had nothing to do with it. And then they search out by the highway where her car was parked for those 12 minutes, and they found something with Gannon's blood on it. And so after she drops off Harley in South Carolina at like a recruiting office, they pull her over and arrest her for probable cause of Gannon's murder. And she still maintains her innocence. She was extradited back to Colorado and made national headlines again by slipping her cuffs and attacking the one officer driving her with a freaking unopened can of freaking Monster. So she had to stay at the Salina, Kansas jail while the deputy got treated for his injuries. March 5th, Al filed for divorce. She pled not guilty. And in Pace, Florida, during one of her and Harley's stops 1 month earlier, y'all remember, Escavanian River. It's like one of the 4th largest rivers in Florida. Well, anyways, every 2 years they do a bridge inspection, and that happened to be March 17, 2020. Just so happens they found a suitcase, and out of curiosity opened it up. Inside, wrapped in blankets, were the remains of Gannon Stauch. So sad. An autopsy was done and revealed that Gannon had been shot in the jaw, stabbed in the chest and back, and suffered a skull fracture. And he also had defensive wounds on his arms and legs, and a bullet lodged in his skull. And the bullet traced back to the 9mm gun that had her DNA on it. She was waiting for trial. She was showing signs of like paranoia and stuff, and was given a mental health evaluation and was deemed fit to stand trial February of 22. And she wanted to plead not guilty by reason of sanity and waive jury trial. The judge allowed the claim before the judge got new results of her mental health evaluation, which I don't know why, but oh well. She had to wait through COVID, and 3 years later, April 2023, the state had like tons of evidence and witnesses and all that. May 8th, 2023, after a 21-day trial, she was guilty of murder in the first degree, murder under a child under 12 in the first degree, guilty. Count 3, tampering with deceased human body, guilty. And count 4, tampering with evidence, guilty. Life without parole, plus 3.5 years for tampering with evidence and the body. She was at the Colorado facility till August of 2023. She now resides in an unspecified Kansas prison facility. Super sad. Like, the kid was 11 and he's so cute, and why? You know what I mean? Like, why? What? And I think the whole candle incident was her just, for some reason, she just didn't like him. Like, I don't know. Her searches were like, don't like my stepson. Will his mom get me a Valentine's card for taking care of her son? And she don't help out. Just weird things like that. So I don't know if she was focusing on that and was taking it out on Gannon. I have no idea, but that cute little boy didn't deserve this, and I feel so bad. And yeah, that's the case of WTF. I mean, the case really bothered me because, you know, you leave your kid home with your significant other thinking that they're gonna be okay, and wow, after this. Anyways, that's the story. Hope you guys liked it. Follow for more.